Hello, my name is Mariana and this is a reading for Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, I've done your reading with my own deck, so the cards you'll see are from this deck. And before I begin and get into your message that is really exciting today, I just need to explain a little bit. The past few days have been very crazy and hectic and busy, uh, and because of the holidays, yeah, I've been celebrating with my family, so and things came up, so I didn't have time to do readings, and I was actually working on something, and in the middle of the process this morning I just kept on hearing Sagittarius, 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 and I couldn't focus on what I was doing. So I just sat down to pull cards for you, and the cards were just jumping straight forward with a message that feels so empowering, so encouraging, so uplifting. It feels like, so what I kept hearing when I was shuffling was, this message has to be delivered before the year ends because Sagittarius needs to hear it. So Sagittarius, this is for you. I stopped everything that I was doing just to record this for you. So I hope this helps and enlightens you in some way, because I feel like somehow you are going through this very rapid process of learning something, and it feels like learning to walk. It feels like it's almost like this very quick spur of growth, right? Like it's like going from a baby into a full mature adult in just a few weeks. It feels like very quick because, so what I'm seeing here with this opening card, the Four of Pentacles, so the image that I saw when this card jumped, and as I said very quickly, it was, well, I heard stepping up and I saw a ladder, right, with steps, and I saw just two steps, right? It's almost like this is one line and this is another line, like one step and then a second step, right? And what I was seeing, it was like this image looking from above, like seeing from your perspective, from your eyes, these steps, right? And it's interesting because if you've seen the thumbnail, right, the row in the center is all pentacles. And I feel like, yes, it could be metaphorically that you're stepping up in your life in general, but it could be something quite literal, like you're moving on, like you're stepping up, you're actually moving to the apartment above yours, or I don't know why this came to my mind, maybe it's just for one of you, but or I don't know, or you're moving up the country, I don't know, you'll know, but it feels like it could be metaphorically, but with all of these pentacles it could be something really tangible, right? Really literal. So this stepping up that I saw, it's like you're moving up, you're being upgraded, or it feels like you're going up the stairs, right? But very slowly, very carefully, very mindfully. It's almost like you're moving on, you're going up, but you're doing so with a lot of you're being grounded, like you're taking care, each step you're taking very carefully, because after the Four of Pentacles came these three cards. So we have the Page of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. So as I said, this Four of Pentacles is here, right? And this Two of Pentacles right below. So, and well, let's begin with these two, right? So this is what I'm talking about. These are the two steps that I saw, like this ladder, right? The staircase. And these two pentacles are your feet, right? It's almost like moving one step at a time very carefully, like taking one step after the other with a lot of, it's like it's like this process of learning how to walk, right? Of learning how to, it's like this stepping up, but like very carefully done, you see? So it's almost like you're looking down at your feet, paying attention to the next step, because it's not like just following the same path, you see? It's like you're being upgraded. So it's almost like you have to take your time to explore the ground over which you're stepping your foot, right? You're putting your foot. So it feels like you're doing so with a lot of care, a lot of mindfulness. But what I was saying about being a very quick growth spur, right, is because you move from the Page of Swords into the Queen of Swords. And so it's interesting because, as I said, these are your feet, right, in the middle. And here is you with this page energy, which feels like a younger energy, right? A younger version of you. But so the reason why I'm saying it's not like you're making a live review, well, okay, let's slow down, Sagittarius, please. You're just fueling me up. Okay, so the first message that came through with the Page of Swords was a remembrance of ideas that you had as a child, as a kid, during your childhood years, right? Ideas that really lit you up, but perhaps that you have strayed away from, right? And I feel like now it's like, get them back. Like, it's almost like these ideas are the ones that are going to be able to give you this stepping up, right? Will give you this boost of, it's almost like this unlocking of the mind, right? When you, it's like this trigger, it's like this key in your mind. Once you remember, once you find this thought from your childhood, that unlocks it, and it's almost like you remember how to walk again. It's almost like learning when you were a kid, you were learning how to grow, essentially, right? You were learning how to walk, you were crawling, and then you were suddenly walking very steadily, right, with the Two of Pentacles. But this remembrance, it's almost like giving you the groundedness that you need to step up, you see? But it's in remembering it, it's in finding also those ideas that really lit you up, that really brought you this curiosity, right? This youthful interest in things, right? That really sparked you. This is what is, it's like, it's accelerating, speeding up this learning process for you right now, because it doesn't feel, as I said, something that it's just like this live review. It feels more like this quick maturing, quick learning process that is accelerating your growth, right? And so it's like, I'll give an example. It's like last week you felt more childish, and this week, because you're incorporating the Queen of Swords now, right? This is a big shift. It's like you're becoming your own self with a lot of clarity of mind, because you're remembering that. But then it's like this, it's this leap, right? Where you see clearly where you're stepping now. So your mind knows exactly where to go, right? Knows exactly which steps are the ones that you're supposed to take. But it feels also, so the second message was that it feels like this is you crawling, right? This is you just, it's like the initial steps, right? The ideation process. It's almost like the beginning of those insights coming to life, coming back to your mind, right? Coming to the forefront of your consciousness, right? And then slowly, as you look down at your feet, it's like the movement begins, right? And then when the movement begins, when you start climbing those stairs, right, and stepping up, like quite literally, right, not only in your mind, you see, it's almost like you very quickly gain this sovereignty. It's like you become your own self. It's the way that it's coming through, right, with the Queen of Swords. It's like your mind is very clear, is very objective, is very focused. It's like every step is taken with full confidence and full knowing of where you're going, of where you're supposed to go. And it's beautiful because I feel like, you know when well, there are two images coming to my mind, but you know when we grow up and we start to walk, like we learn how to walk, right, properly when we were kids. It's like we don't think about it anymore, right? And you know, these two swords cards, right, the page and the queen, which are showing me this very quick learning phase, right? Learning curve, actually, is what I was going to say. Learning curve, right? It's like you don't think anymore, right? These two swords are talking about this thinking process. But once you grow, once you do learn, right, you don't have to think about it anymore. You don't have to look at your own steps, right? You don't have to look down. It's like you now can face up, you know, chin up. It's like holding your head really high up with this Queen of Swords. You don't have to think anymore in each step. And it's beautiful because the card that is following is the moon. And so what I saw with the moon was beautiful. It's like, it's not only that you are very confident in every step of the way, right? And you don't have to think it anymore. You don't have to pay attention at every step, as you perhaps were very conscious about here, right, last week. So now you can, you know, it's like your posture is different now, right? You're holding your head up, like facing forward. It's like you're owning your own self, is the best way that I can explain this. But once you no longer have to think about it anymore, right? It just moves. Your feet just move. It's almost like you can close your eyes even. This is what this moon is talking about. So it's like now, okay, so also something about the Queen of Swords and the moon. It's like now it's not your mind that is controlling. It's like your intuition. It's like switching gears, right? Now your intuition is directing you, right? So you can even close your eyes and take this leap and, you know, move forward. Take these steps over climbing up the staircase, right, that we saw in the Four of Pentacles. So trust your intuition, right? Trust that you can. Oh yeah, and so I'm just reminded of the second image that I saw. You know when we wake up in the middle of the night and it's completely dark, right, in our room, but because we've been there long enough, like even in the dark, our eyes adjust themselves so that we can move without crashing into things, right, without falling over a chair or your bed or whatever. So it's like that. It's like you have learned your surroundings. You have learned this path. It's like you have been so attentively, so mindfully looking at those steps, and you have learned like so quickly how to navigate them, right? How to climb up them, that you no longer have to think. You can trust your intuition. It's like you can even close your eyes, as I said, because it's like you sense the space, you sense this path forward or this stepping up, right? And it's interesting because after the moon we have the Five of Pentacles, and usually this Five of Pentacles is very different from the traditional meaning of tarot. To me, it symbolizes a place that you know exactly where you're supposed to go. It's like, so what I was seeing with these two cards for you, Sagittarius, today was that you know, the stepping up that you're making in your life, that can be quite literal. It's like you have had visions of this place before, and today the Five of Pentacles is like a physical place, like an actual three-dimensional space where you can touch, and it feels like you are about to arrive there, but you have to trust your intuition, because it's almost like, you know, if you're being reminded of your childhood ideas, what sparked you up, it's almost like now it's time for you to remember the visions that you have had of this place where you're supposed to be, because this is where you're going. This is where these steps are leading you, right? So just trust that you're going to get there, right? Trust that you're going to get there. And I feel like once you do get there, the beautiful thing is that we have another page, but it's the Page of Wands. And I feel like this is like this next phase of your growth, right? Where it's exciting, it's this new adventure beginning. So it's almost like you become a child again. Like it's like you have this this maturing process in your mind, right? From the Page of Swords into the Queen of Swords. But now it's time for the excitement begin. It's time for the sorry about the noise. I'm just going to continue. So the Page of Wands, it's talking about this new adventure that lights you up again, but in a more, well, in a more physical sense with the Five of Pentacles, but also in a, it's like this energetic phenomenon, or this, it's like you'll have energy, you'll have motivation, you'll have the courage to go after whatever you have seen about this place, right? Yeah, I'm just getting like it's going to be exciting, right? This new adventure. So trust your intuition. So this is where this part of your message ends, Sagittarius. I'm going to pull more cards because I am actually very excited about what could be this new adventure for you, right? And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes and the extended. So if you want to join me there, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye Sagittarius, take care.